I know you need to build an email list, but how can you do it in a simple, easy, and aligned way that attracts the right people, not all the people? Once someone feels that spark of connection with you, the next step is to deepen the relationship. It's about extending an invitation to them, an invitation to stay longer, to start that relationship built on value and trust. Now, in today's episode, we're taking the next step in the client journey to help our ideal client with a small win on their own journey of awareness and realization. And that, my friends, is the subscribe stage. Today, you're going to learn how to create intentional invitations that attract the right people, those that are genuinely ready for the next step with you. Create simple, actionable resources that deliver quick wins and build momentum, and begin to see your email list as your home base, a space that's truly yours where you can nurture deeper relationships and create consistent impact. Welcome to the Powerful Content Podcast, your go-to source for content creation, strategy, and business inspiration. I'm your host, Mel Daniels, content strategist, coach, and speaker, empowering women across the globe to grow their business with powerful content that connects, nurtures, and converts. So, if you're ready to create standout content that gets you noticed and remembered, or build an aligned audience who love you and are ready to buy from you, you're in the right place. I believe that content has the power to connect us all. It's up to you how you use it. Listen in for genuine and insightful chats with guests, as well as practical tools and strategies from me. It's so lovely to have you here. Let's dive into the show. I acknowledge the Wongal people of the Eora Nation as the traditional custodians of the country that I am recording from today. I recognise their continuing connection to the land and waters. I pay my respects to elders past and present and extend that respect to all First Nation people listening today. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to episode 187 of the Powerful Content Podcast and the third episode in my Client Journey series. You can go back to episode 185 for an overview of the client journey and 186 to go deeper into the first stage of the client journey, which is connect, which quite coincidentally I did a lot of in my personal life over the past weekend. I travelled from Sydney to Canberra, which is just shy of about a 4-hour trip in the car for the wedding of one of my most beautiful and closest friends. It was an absolutely beautiful weekend, but the highlight, I think, for all the guests at the wedding was the opportunity to talk to so many people and uncover the threads that connected us all. We got to share stories of how we knew the bride and groom and how through conversation we found so many things in common. It really reminded me how we need to come out from behind our screens every now and then to hug a real person or look them in the eyes when they talk about something that they love, whether that's in business or personal life. Now, if we look at this from a business perspective, once we've found someone that we have something in common with, or who we click with, or who we find interesting in some way, we naturally want more of it, right? So the easiest way to begin to deepen your relationship is to subscribe to something that they're offering for free. Now, the subscribe stage of the client journey is how you help your ideal client move from awareness to commitment. I want to point out here that it doesn't always mean joining an email list. It can be any form of permission-based connection. It might be following a podcast or subscribing to a YouTube channel, but I'll mainly focus on lead magnets or free resources today because I believe that there's a big difference between borrowed and owned platforms. YouTube or Apple or Spotify or whatever platform you use to distribute your podcast or videos is borrowed. And I'd love to encourage you to build your own base of subscribers you truly own via an email list. Now, something I also want to emphasize here that this stage isn't about chasing followers or collecting emails for the sake of it. It's about creating an intentional pathway where someone says, I want to keep hearing from you because what you share helps me. This stage isn't just about getting someone on your email list. It's about creating a deeper level of trust, inviting someone into your world where they get to know you beyond the noise of social media. Your subscribers are saying, I like what you're sharing, I want more of it. That's a huge step forward in your relationship. Now, at this stage, your goal is to give them something of genuine value that solves a real problem while also naturally leading toward your paid offers. This stage is about deepening the emotional connection. When someone subscribes, they're giving you permission to show up consistently in their world. So it's about being intentional and making sure that every interaction helps them feel seen, supported, and understood. Now, at this point, your audience knows that you exist. They trust your perspective, and now they're ready to try something you offer. And that's a powerful moment because you're helping them shift from a passive consumer of your content to an active participant in their own transformation. So, from a practical perspective, how do we actually achieve this? Well, a lead magnet is probably the most common and most powerful way to move your ideal client from connection into subscription. From my many years of being in the content game, I can say with my hand on my heart that the best lead magnets have 4 qualities. They're actionable, they're relevant, they're aligned, and they're doable. So, actionable means that it gives your subscriber a quick win within about 20 minutes. That's a benchmark I like to give people. Actionable means something tangible happens when they finish it. They feel a sense of progress or clarity. You might think of a checklist, a mini audit, a quiz, a short video training, something that they can complete quickly and see results from straight away. Now, when I say relevant, this means it solves a small but real problem that your ideal client has right now. Being relevant ensures your audience actually wants the thing that you're offering rather than what you think they should have. It should meet them exactly where they are in their journey. What are they Googling or overthinking right now? When it's aligned, it logically connects to one of your paid offers. Being aligned will help you avoid attracting the wrong people or creating disconnected freebies that don't serve your business goals or your ideal client. Now, if your lead magnet solves one small part of the problem your paid offer solves in full, then you're helping them take that first step towards that bigger transformation. And lastly, doable. It needs to feel light and easy for you to create and deliver. Being doable keeps it realistic. Don't overcomplicate it. The best lead magnets are often the simplest. Now, I'm sure that you've done your own fair share of downloading free resources. I know I have, only to find that they're very generic. They're overwhelming or conversely underwhelming. And whilst they may be somewhat valuable, there's no clear path to how you can actually work with the person to solve your problem. So your lead magnet isn't just a freebie. And whilst I don't want to encourage the perfectionist in you, it's that first true moment of trust. It tells your audience, this is what it feels like to work with me. It's about clarity, transformation, and ease. Now, when someone downloads your lead magnet, you want them to feel like, wow, that was real helpful. I can actually do this. That small sense of progress that you've given them then builds that confidence and trust. And basically, that's what's going to create the momentum through the client journey and toward your paid offers. Now, when it comes to actually creating your lead magnet, please keep in mind that it has to work for you as much as it does for your audience. If it feels heavy, complicated, or time consuming, it probably is, and it's not sustainable for you. So start with something that aligns with what you enjoy to create and what fits your time, energy, and resources right now. You could turn an existing resource into a lead magnet. So maybe utilize a small section from a paid workshop or a short version of a workbook or a template you already use with clients. You really do not have to reinvent the wheel here. Focus on refining and simplifying what you already have so it really gives your audience that quick win while also feeling good for you to deliver. Now, besides keeping the lead magnet actionable, relevant, aligned, and doable, I want you to be wary of the most common mistakes that I see in this subscribe stage. Now, mistake number 1 is creating a freebie just to grow your email list without alignment to your service. It's so easy to think if I just create a freebie, people will join my list and I can increase my subscribers. But if it's not truly solving a problem that they care about, or it doesn't naturally lead to what you do, it won't build that relationship anyway. Remember, your freebie isn't about getting attention, it's about earning their trust. Now, mistake number 2 is over delivering. So, making it too big, too complex, too time consuming. As a heart led entrepreneur, I know that you come from a place of service, but there really needs to be a strong value exchange here. Don't hold back, but don't give everything away for free. It's just going to make you feel bad in the long run, and your ideal client will feel lost and confused with all the information that you've given them. Now, mistake number 3 is not nurturing the subscribers once they've joined your list. If you create a beautiful resource and then never follow up, if someone joins your list and never hears from you again, then that's really a lost opportunity for deeper connection with them. And we'll talk more about nurturing your ideal client in the next episode. But for now, know that it's not just about building a list with aligned people, but fostering that sense of belonging and trust. And mistake number 4 is depending solely on borrowed platforms like social media, Spotify, or YouTube. Platforms like this are wonderful for visibility, but you don't own those audiences. So building your own list is like building your own home. It's where the real relationships grow. By simply shifting your perspective from quick wins, from chasing signups and transactions to serving humans and developing long-term relationships, the subscribe stage becomes stronger, simpler, and far more strategic as well. Okay, so that's the meaty info download part of the episode. Now I really want to help you take aligned action and really focus on your own growth through awareness. So I want you to take a few minutes to reflect on these following questions, because when you approach the subscribe stage with heart and with strategy, you're not just growing an email list, you're growing a community of people who are excited to hear from you. So the first question is, what invitation do I currently have in my business? And does it truly reflect the kind of deeper connection I want to create, or is it an invitation for invitation's sake? The second question is, do I need to shift my invitational approach so someone gets an immediate win in 20 minutes or less? And question number 3, is my current subscribe process building trust, or am I just focusing on collecting names? Remember that you don't need all the people, you just need the right people. And if you've been thinking about how to build deeper connection in your content, to build lead magnets that really work with the tools, strategy, and support to make it happen, then I would love to invite you to join me inside the Content Effect. It's where we take all of these ideas and turn them into action, and you'll find all the details in the show notes. So let's wrap up today's episode by bringing this full circle. First, remember that it's not about collecting names for the sake of numbers. Instead, really focus on intentional invitations, the kind that attract the right people, the ones who are genuinely ready to take the next step with you. When your lead magnet is aligned and purposeful, you're really setting the stage for trust. Second, keep it simple. Create actionable resources that deliver the quick wins and build momentum. And valuable beats complicated and overwhelming every single time. And finally, remember that your email list isn't just another platform, it's your home base. This is your space to nurture deeper relationships, share your insights, and make consistent impact. So as you go throughout your day today, I'd love for you to think about the next step in your client journey. How can you make your invitations intentional, your resources actionable, and your list a space that truly belongs to you? Talk soon. Thanks so much for listening. That's it for another week. To get more powerful content in your life, make sure you're following along on socials. My handle is @meldbusiness. And just in case you're wondering, the groovy music for this podcast was created by Just Here on SoundCloud. I'd also be super grateful if you took a moment to rate and review this podcast so more amazing women like you can experience the power of content. And if you're like, hell Mel, stop talking, I'm ready to work with you now, here's how we can work some powerful content magic together. Firstly, come and join the Content Effect, my membership inspiring women with service-based businesses to ditch the content chaos and start creating stand-out content that gets you noticed and makes sales. You can join us by using the link in the show notes or just Google the Content Effect. The second way we can work together is via my one-on-one packages. We can create a sustainable content strategy or start to build out your client journey. It's up to you. Pop on over to meldbusinessservices.com.au/services to find out more. Until next time, have a beautiful week and embrace the power of your content.